Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we are going to shoot a quick one on making sure that you are never going to sell to unqualified prospects again, because it's a big problem that I come across whilst talking to software dev, founders, CEOs, seniors, whatever you want to call them. Before we dive in, if you don't know who I am, my name is Sven. I'm the co-founder over here at Blinked, and what we do with our team is we partner with software development companies and make them more money. Simple as that. We grow your bottom line. Not diving too deep into what it exactly is what we do. There's countless of videos online, but yeah, together with the team, we on a daily basis work with fantastic partners to make sure that they get in control of their own growth, increase new business revenue, increase the fun project that they work on, improve the overall health of the business. So let's dive in and not waste any time. Like I mentioned, a big problem that I come across whilst doing discoveries, whilst talking to founders, to clients, essentially everyone across the board, is that they waste a lot of time and they lose a lot of time on selling to prospects that are not qualified. And what that means is that they, for example, they come at like the end of a sales call and someone doesn't have budget, they can't sign off the contract. It needs to be passed on to someone else, and you basically need to do the entire sales process over and over again. It could be that it's not a priority right now, or that the priority is not big enough to actually like kick off a project. And why this usually happens is that you try to like force essentially someone through the funnel, and that is not the ideal way to go, because a prospect should earn your business and not the other way around. I know for a lot of people that sounds quite weird, but a prospect, like, you are a problem solver and you can make the life and the business of your prospect better. So they should deserve to work with you instead of the other way around. Usually, if this doesn't happen, that's caused by one of these three reasons. First of all, not having a consistent way of generating new sales opportunities and thus revenue. Speaks on its own, for its own. And I think this is something like you can't get into a state of abundance essentially, and you have a scarcity mindset, because every potential prospect that you come in contact with could be a potential deal. So you try and look for reasons on why it's best to like move forward with the sales process and start actually selling to someone, instead of looking for the no and why wouldn't I work with someone. Prices / margins too low, the second one, which means that you just need to take on a lot of projects to make sure that your business sustains. And the third one is, and this kind of ties into the top one, but you don't have any way to actually generate demand. So you only sell to personal networks, referrals, etc. And that just means that you have a low volume of inflow in the front end. AKA, and concluding, that is all caused by having a pipeline that's as dry as this is quite small, but this was supposed to be the Sahara. So your pipeline is just non-existent, essentially, which causes a lot of problems within business. I think we have a few posts and videos online on that as well. It's not only the stuff that you see above, but like a lack of pipeline leads into essentially every part of your business. So if you want to solve that and how you can solve that, we also on that have a lot of videos, or reach out to me at Sven@blink.io, and I'll make sure to ask you some questions and share the ones that are the most relevant to you and the business and like the overall current phase that you're in right now. So how are we going to make sure that you only enter the sales phase with people that have budget, can sign up the contract, have a need and have pain, so that you can actually make more money? We are going to implement a discovery within your overall sales process. And you might think I already do a discovery, but I'm curious if you do it in the same way as we do. And what you might be doing at the moment is sort of identifying like what is it that this prospect needs, and not necessarily looking at, okay, how can I like push for the no, and how can I make sure that someone sells themselves to me, and that the people that I am going to sell to actually are in a buying position, if that makes sense. So the overall structure that we implement for clients and that we use for ourselves as well, and I'm not going to give away the entire script. There might be a video online somewhere where I gave away the entire script, but I don't know if that's on YouTube, or it might be only shared with, I don't know. Go ahead and look. You might be able to find the entire script. But what we do is an overall structure with 6 steps, essentially. The first one is the opening and setting the frame, and like frame within sales is quite a big thing and something that you should attach value to. So what you do in the opening, you basically like welcome on the call, very short, like small talk. Don't spend 5 minutes on small talk, please. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your prospect's time. Start the recording and set the frame for the call. So like during this call, I want to do X, Y, and Z to ensure that we can do X, Y, and Z at the end of the call. All good with you? That sort of sets the frame on, okay, I am the one asking the questions to see if you fit my business instead of the other way around. Then you kind of make a bridge, and we have some questions within the script as well. You make a bridge where you get some more information from the prospect so that you know in which way to steer the conversation essentially. Then you make that bridge to the current situation, and that is when you start digging deep in, not like, don't use questions like, okay, what is it that you want to build, for example? What is it that you're looking for? But actually dive deep into what is it that you are doing now and try to uncover the root cause of a problem that is going on within their business. So what is it that you're doing now? Who is your, ideal target market? Use facts questions like, okay, what is your, for example, myself, I use what's your average like value for a client on a yearly basis. And so you can kind of divide them into facts questions, process questions, and then pain questions later on. So transitioning to future and ideal situation, you need to understand they are in a position right now. So they are in situation A, they want to get to situation B, and the problems are preventing them from getting to situation B. So try to paint a picture around what does that situation B look like for them. What is it that they envision? What is it that they are trying to achieve? What does a certain metric need to look like to become more healthy as a business, to hit their goals, to sustain even? That is like up to you to dive deep and to find out, okay, where does this business want to get to? Next up, problems. What is it that they have tried to get there and what has prevented them from actually getting there? What is it that could hold them back in the future? Why not do it on their own? Why not hire in-house people? Why not use alternatives to your solution? And that's all to get someone to sell themselves to you. If you ask a question like, okay, obviously there are a multitude of ways to achieve X outcome. Do you feel that you've already exhausted this alternative? No, I don't think so. Okay, why is it that you're looking at our alternative right now or our solution, and why is it that you're speaking to me? And someone comes back with, okay, I saw that you guys do X, Y, and Z. So you know that's important for someone, and you can leverage that later on. So I'm getting way too deep in the actual questions and script itself, but that's yours to have. Final qualification, and that is on timeline, budget, and who signs the contract. You need to qualify on like what is the priority level. Usually, I don't like to ask a question like, on what timeline do you want to implement this? Because that's a salesy question. I usually try to like use something like on a scale of 1 to 10, I know that like some problems are more important than others. Is this on the back burner, or is this like threat level number 1? Then you know sort of where it is at right now. And you can kind of judge on, okay, is it on the back burner? Then you can go ahead with actually putting together a strategy and a sales plan and whatever. But the chances of someone buying isn't that big because it's on the back burner. Then you have your budget. Try to make an educated guess. And of course, you need to do more work on actually mapping out what they need. But you can definitely give them like a range of, based on your experience, like, would you, if we solve problem X, Y, and Z, have between 100 and 200K to allocate to solving those problems? Then the last qualification is seeing if the person that you are speaking to, like for a next call, would we need to bring on someone else who has something to say in regards to implementing a solution like this, or is dealing with the same sort of problems, so that you make sure that there's an actual decision maker on your next call. Then the next steps is just wrapping up the entirety of the call and outlining what you're going to do and scheduling a next call on that same call. Please don't forget to do that, because what often happens is that you jump off a call, then you forgot to schedule one, and you need to go back and forth over email. Someone's busy, and it's only like 2 weeks later that you can actually schedule a call, and or that you get in touch with them to schedule a next call, which is not ideal. You always want to have a follow-up call. I wanted to say canceled, but scheduled after finishing up your initial call. So that's it. Go ahead and look for that script video. I think it's online somewhere, so then you can take away the entirety of the thing. And if you have any questions or want to get more insights into this, then my email is shared here. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.